What up, guys? It's Skymasters here. Hit that like and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about the rise of oxymoronic activism, a deep dive into double standards. What a crazy world that we live in today. Today's political and social climate, contradictions are abound. Activism, once a tool for productive change, has in some instances morphed into an oxymoronic display of hypocrisy. This paradox is perhaps best exemplified by some recent anti-electrical protests where self-proclaimed environmentalists, the liberals, have taken to destroying EV dealerships, a move that ironically aligns with the supposed opposition's stance against electric cars. You know, this is like boycotting McDonald's by stocking McDonald's and watching people buy McDonald's, and after they leave the McDonald's, you hunt them down and you slap the McNuggets right out of their mouth, while calling them a fascist. This is absolutely crazy. You know, destroying EVs to protest climate change is a baffling question. And you know, the growing number of self-identified progressives who once championed electric vehicles as a step towards the greener future, they used to hail it all. They all bought them. I bet you every single dealership out there in Oregon, in Portland, is owned by a liberal. Maybe I used to be liberal, you know, that's why these people are fleeing their own area. It's like eating themselves, and they're probably sick and tired of having to act a certain way and be a certain way, and just you have to be gay, and you have to have some big earrings in your ear, and you have to have some tattoos all over you. You have to color your hair. I lived in Portland, man. I mean, there's nothing taboo. I kind of liked it back then when the biggest thing out there was some tree huggers and stuff like that. I have no idea of what's going on out there, man. You've got to fall in line and poop in the streets and having a needle hanging out of your arm. You know what I'm saying? It's so inclusive. Everybody wants to be there. It's absolutely crazy. You know, it's it's you've turned against yourselves. You guys are eating yourselves. Citing issues with corporate control, rare earth mining, and Elon Musk's personal politics, in a bizarre twist, have gone as far as vandalizing EV dealerships, businesses owned by fellow liberals, demonstrating a clear contradiction in ideology. If electric cars are bad, then the environment movement loses one of its primary arguments against fossil fuels. If they are good, then why the destruction? You know, what is going on? And you know what? These guys are, it's gun control advocates using guns. You know, I tell you what, if we took the guns, liberals are committing 9 out of 10 of the crimes. If we just make liberals illegal, we would almost solve most of the crime. That's crazy to think about, even more perplexing. It's the use of the firearms in these dealership attacks by individuals who simultaneously advocate for stricter gun control. The idea of firing upon businesses with weapons they have legislated against raises an unavoidable question. Do these activists believe in their own rhetoric, or is it the principles only relevant when convenient? Absolutely crazy. And who pays the price? The insurance companies will inevitably cover the cost of the damages, but at whose expenses? The very people who these activists claim to support, the public, will see their premiums increase. This means that the burdens of the destruction ultimately fall on every citizen rather than the corporate giants, highlighting another contradiction in supposed grassroots activism. It's absolutely crazy. Selective outrage, big business, and the good billionaires. The inconsistency extends beyond violence and property damage. Many of the same activists who decry corporations like Big Rock and Big Pharma for their monopolistic practices simultaneously support these entities when they align with certain social causes. Meanwhile, figures like Elon Musk, who has promoted free speech and made technological strides in sustainable energy, are verified. He's saving some astronauts right now that President Biden didn't want to spend the money on going to get, and he's going to be a hero, man. He is catching rockets. He's got Starlink up there, and you guys think that you can just boycott him like he's like Bud Light and a Dylan Mulvaney thing? You guys are out of your damn minds, man. Elon Musk has promoted free speech, technological strides, and sustainable energy. It's verified. Not for their actions, but for their policies and their politics. If one truly opposes corporate dominance, consistency would demand equal scrutiny across the board, wouldn't it? Not with these people. Double standards are right up their alley, and doubling down on these double standards is what they want to do. Antifa fighting fascism with fascist tactics. One of the most glaring oxymorons in this modern activism is the behavior of groups that claim an opposite authoritarianism, yet employ authoritarian tactics themselves. The sight of individuals spray painting swastikas while burning cars in protest against perceived fascism defies all logic. You tell me how running around spray painting swastikas on cars while you're burning at them and shooting them, who aren't even owned by the people you're going after, how is that anti-fascist? This is the most craziest thing. You guys have to be on some crazy drugs, man. How does mimicking the symbols and actions of what you claim to oppose advance your cause? I don't know how. And authoritarian tactics is a hard word to say. In the conclusion, the cost of contradictions. When movements abandon consistency, they lose credibility. Activism fueled by selective outrage and self-contradiction does not create positive change. It merely expresses the flaws in the ideologies it seeks to advance. The real progress is the goal, then principles must be upheld uniformly rather than applied selectively, based on political convenience. In the end, an oxymoron is not just a linguistic contradiction, it's a philosophical and practical failure. If we truly aim for a better world, it starts with aligning words and actions in a way that makes sense. We're living in a fairy tale world, guys, and it's kind of hard to try to make things better again while people have no standards and they're sitting there yelling and crying on the floor, just whining. It's like little kids in a grocery store that just fall down on their moms and start screaming. We're trying to shop here, we're trying to get home and trying to make things better, and here you are just having a little 2-year-old fit. It doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.